Hi, Nick Dogle, North State Law, where we safeguard your professional license so you can get back to business. Thanks for joining me today. We do appreciate your time. We're going to be discussing North Carolina nurses and proper patient handoff. What that means is nurse comes in for their shift, say 11 to 11. They've got to make sure that everything from the prior nurse, the patients from the prior nurse are taken care of. So there comes in the handoff. So it's equally important for both nurses to make sure that they're on the same page when this is done, so the patients can get the proper care, medication, feeding, anything else that might need to be done with that patient, any sort of treatment, anything along those lines. So there have been some surveys done in the past couple years that have highlighted the patient transition from one nurse to another as an area of concern. I myself have had some cases in the past couple years where this has arisen as a complaint. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of finger pointing that goes on. So there has also been some education put out there by the National Library of Medicine. One of those things that they point to as kind of an easy way to alleviate a lot of concern and do things correctly is a SBARR method, S-B-A-R. So it's going to be, what's the situation? What's the background on the patient? Has there been an assessment? And what are the requirements and requests? Okay, these are things that can be communicated effectively and efficiently between the outgoing nurse and the incoming nurse to ensure that patients are properly taken care of, and that everything that they need during the next nurse's shift is properly done and done on time. Some of those things that are missed are going to be, say you work in an adult care facility in North Carolina. There's going to be feedings that are going to need to be done at specific times. Sometimes somebody cannot chew solid food, so there needs to be a G-tube. These are just a couple of the things that need to be communicated from one nurse to the other. And that goes back to the SBARR method, right? All those things would be covered on that. What kind of patient, or what patient, where's the patient at? Do they get any prescriptions? If so, what's the dosage, etc.? If there are any feedings, is there any treatments? If so, what time? How are those administered? A lot of stuff. There should be proper notes implemented from the outgoing nurse that the incoming nurse needs to review ahead of time to make sure that everything is done and locked in. So the main thing to be concerned with is communicating with the other nurse. Communicating with your patients as well is another thing. And if you get the opportunity to lawfully, and I'm not saying violate HIPAA or anything along those lines, but lawfully communicate with family members of the patient, these are all going to be things that are going to help give you a good mindset and a good understanding of what that particular patient needs on your shift, okay? These are things that can be avoided, the complaints can be avoided by just doing these simple things. And I've said it probably 15 times in the course of this, 3.5-minute video. Communication is the key on things like that. There's really no substitute for it. And like I said, these things are very easily avoidable. So if you have any other questions, or if you want to kind of see this in written form, I do have a blog that's on this. This was written by Mr. Dennis Taylor. He's the outgoing president of North Carolina Nurses Association. Very, very well-respected nurse practitioner in the state of North Carolina. He's gotten a blog on my website. That's on www.northstatelawfirm.com. You can also give me a call, 919-521-8810. And check me out on all the social media. I'm on all the big ones. I'm even on TikTok now, so you can check me out there also. So thank you so much for taking care of North Carolina. We do appreciate it, and look forward to talking to you sometime in the future. Bye-bye.